Hi, welcome back, folks. As always, I'm your host, Mr. Update. Now, let's get to the show. When we think about investing, it's easy to get caught up in the thrill of spotting that next big opportunity. The stock that seems like a sure bet, the idea that lights up your mind like a clear summer dawn. But here's something fascinating. Even the sharpest investors out there, the ones who study markets day in and day out, only get it right about half the time. That's right, their top picks, the ones they're most convinced about, turn into winners just 49% of the time. And yet many of these folks still walk away with impressive gains. Why? Because success isn't just about the buy. It's about what happens next. It's about execution, the art of handling what comes after you've committed your capital. Picture this like tending a garden. You've got your seeds, your careful plans, the right soil and sunlight. Some plants sprout up strong and surprise you with their vitality, while others wilt no matter how much you water them. The novice gardener might hang on to those dying ones, pouring in more effort, convinced they'll turn around any day. Meanwhile, they might pluck the thriving blooms too early, just to enjoy them for a moment. But the experienced one? They prune the failures without hesitation, freeing up space and nutrients, and let the strong ones grow wild, unchecked, turning into something magnificent over time. That's investing in a nutshell. Holding on to losers drains your resources, while letting winners run builds real, lasting wealth. It's amazing how our minds can trip us up here. Cognitive biases sneak in like quiet shadows, making smart people repeat the same mistakes. Take anchoring, for instance. That's when an investor gets so tied to their original story about a company that they ignore new facts screaming that things have changed. Or the endowment effect, where selling a stock that's tanking feels like giving away a family heirloom, even as its value slips away. And then there's self-attribution, where we pat ourselves on the back for the wins, saying it was all skill, but blame the market or bad luck for the losses. These aren't just abstract ideas. They're real hurdles that keep even brilliant minds from executing well. Recognizing them is like shining a light on the path, helping you navigate with clearer eyes. There's this elegant experiment that illustrates the power of collective wisdom in markets. Students were asked to guess the number of jelly beans in a jar. Individually, their estimates were all over the place, some way too high, others comically low. But when you average them all together, the group's guess was spot on, remarkably close to the actual number. Markets operate in a similar way. Even if most participants are off base, the collective price often lands near the true value of an asset. So when a stock starts falling and an investor thinks, oh, the market's just being dumb, they might be missing the bigger picture. That drop could be the crowd's way of signaling something important, an aggregated wisdom worth heeding. Now, when you're staring at a losing position, decisiveness becomes your best friend. A simple question can cut through the noise. Knowing what I know now, would I buy this stock today? If the answer is no, it's time to sell, clean and outright. Or if your conviction hasn't budged, maybe even add to it substantially. But just holding steady, doing nothing, that's often bias at work, not sound reasoning. The numbers back this up. Stocks that drop 40% or more rarely make a strong comeback. Only about 1 in 6 do anything meaningful. Cutting losses isn't admitting defeat. It's preserving your capital, keeping it ready for better days. And remember, you don't have to recover your money in the same place you lost it. Opportunities are everywhere if you're free to pursue them. Volatility is another test, a rite of passage, really. Stocks swing 20 to 30% all the time as expectations about future cash flows shift. It's just the nature of the game. To ride those waves, you need a deep understanding of a company's enduring strengths, its competitive edges, and the solidity of its balance sheet. Think of it as the entry fee for outsized returns. Not everyone can stomach it, and that's precisely what gives an edge to those who can. It's a reminder that patience and knowledge pay off in the long run, turning temporary discomfort into something rewarding. On the flip side, with winners, the temptation to sell too soon can be overwhelming. That rush of locking in a gain hits like a quick dopamine fix, much like grabbing a sugary snack instead of sticking to a nourishing meal. But real wealth? It comes from holding on, letting compounding work its quiet magic. It's similar to that classic marshmallow test, where kids who waited for a bigger reward ended up better off in life. Winners are rare birds. When you find one, give it room to soar. Over decades, that patience can transform a modest stake into something that echoes through generations. Then there's the power of concentration. Spreading your bets too thin might feel safe, but it often just dilutes your potential, leaving you hugging the market average without ever breaking ahead. Research on active managers shows that their very best ideas shine bright, while the weaker ones pull everything down. So, leaning into your highest conviction holdings, especially those with long growth horizons, aligns with the math of asymmetry. A handful of big winners can outweigh a bunch of small ones, amplifying your outcomes in profound ways. Liquidity plays a crucial role too. It's what keeps you nimble, free to act when the moment calls. Getting stuck in illiquid positions ties up your capital, blocking timely exits or additions. Better to focus on assets where you can move without friction, ensuring your plans unfold as intended. All of this echoes something deeper in nature. Consider a single seed growing into a towering tree. It doesn't happen through constant meddling or frantic fixes. It's steady nurturing through storms and seasons, compounding quietly over time. Investing follows that rhythm, adapting to setbacks, tending the strong performers, and grounding your choices in solid evidence. In a world where currencies fluctuate like leaves in the wind, something like sound money, think Bitcoin, stands out as a steady anchor, a reminder that true value persists beyond the daily noise. At the end of the day, execution is what bridges the gap between a good idea and real results. It's about planning for the inevitable ups and downs, questioning your own biases, and letting probabilities light the way. The market has a way of humbling everyone, but those who attune to its patterns, who act with clarity and resolve, are the ones who build something enduring. It's a pursuit that rewards curiosity, demands responsibility, and reveals the quiet beauty in how value unfolds over time. Whether you're just starting out or refining your approach, these principles can make all the difference in turning everyday decisions into a legacy of wealth. Well, folks, that's it. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed the show, please remember to like and subscribe. I hope to see you next time.